Relationships ain't a democracy. I'm good if you just stay on top of me. It ain't no mystery who's in control. You're sitting pretty, I'm replaceable. When we're out and having dinner, you get all your drinks for free. I can see who sent them over, it ain't compliments of me. I can hear them, they're talking, I stay in my own lane. I can't blame them, no, cause everybody knows that you got the juice. Yeah, yeah, that's why I keep pressing you, pressing you, pressing you, pressing you. You got the juice, baby. That's why I keep pressing you, pressing you, pressing you, pressing you. It's usually freezing when I act this way, but it's cuffing season in the month of May. They let you in, but I just stay in line. Consequence of being way too fine. When we're out and having dinner, you get all your drinks for free. I can see who sent them over, it ain't compliments of me. I can hear them, they're talking, I stay in my own lane. I can't blame them, no, cause everybody knows that you got the juice. Yeah, yeah, that's why I keep pressing you, pressing you, pressing you, pressing you. You got the juice, baby. That's why I keep pressing you, pressing you, pressing you, pressing you. I've been a handful, but now I got it right. I'd be a damn fool if I didn't recognize. I got a keeper, so I should keep it tight. I got a main squeeze, so I better squeeze it right. I've been a handful, but now I got it right. I'd be a damn fool if I didn't recognize. I got a keeper, so I should keep it tight. I got a main squeeze, so I better squeeze it right. You got the juice. Pressing you, pressing you, pressing you, pressing you. Pressing you, pressing you, pressing you, pressing you. You got the juice. Yeah, yeah. That's why I keep pressing you, pressing you, pressing you, pressing you. You got the juice, baby. That's why I keep pressing you, pressing you, pressing you, pressing you. I've been a handful, but now I got it right. I'd be a damn fool if I didn't recognize. I got a keeper, so I should keep it tight. I got a main squeeze, so I better squeeze it right. I've been a handful, but now I got it right. I'd be a damn fool if I didn't recognize. I got a keeper, so I should keep it tight. I got a main squeeze, so I better squeeze it right. You got the juice.
Welcome
Welcome
to Mancave.
Mancave, hey.
Here we are. Hey, how's
everybody.
it going?
I am
We're
Dr.
back,
Ben.
and I'm Snugs, and we are back with 2 days later.
2 days later.
3 days later.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. Hey, you know what? Maybe you needed another dose.
Guess what?
Another glass of juice.
Guess what?
You ever had a glass and you're like, you drink it way too fast, but you wanted something to kind of like sip at the desk or like
But a glass of what
TV?
though? Like what's
Like some juice, maybe some orange juice. You want it with your breakfast.
I don't like orange
You
juice.
pour it into a glass and then you like. And
I drink ginger ale with breakfast.
That's not juice though. What's your favorite kind of juice?
Apple juice.
Okay, so
or cran apple.
Like cran apple. You can't have just one glass of that.
No, you got to keep on drinking
Yeah.
it. They made that with a specific taste that you want to just keep on getting.
You just
more.
want to keep drinking cran apple. Like
Yeah.
So this is your second glass of cran apple Mancave juice.
Freshly squeezed.
Yes, and this is our Infinity War juice.
It's our primer. We thought that we would have another week to do this, but guess what?
I guess not.
I guess not, which is great. I want this movie now. I want it now. I'm ready for it.
It's like 1 month away.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks, we get all this tasty juice, and it gets to just like squeeze and seep all over us. I already got tickets.
Yeah, we got our tickets.
I am seeing it twice in one night.
He's got 2 tickets already.
I mean, look, it's...
I couldn't make the other one, I'm sorry.
You couldn't make the 6 p.m., so I'm like, you know what? Fine. I will stick with my 6 p.m.
Well, I could have made it, but we don't get reserved seats, so we wanted to get there way earlier.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Well, and... Typically, when they do these fan events, these 6 p.m. fan events, they're in the Dolby Theater in their reserved seats.
Right, it was like real D, and I was like, dude, I'm not doing that.
So I'm just going to see it probably with Kaylin. Shout out to Kaylin.
Are we seeing Dolby?
We're seeing it in Dolby.
Oh.
Yeah, you're going to get to it. And
we haven't done Dolby yet.
And we have great seats.
Perfect.
And also
that's what I want to hear.
The runtime has been revealed. You better not You better not take a bathroom break because this movie's almost 3 hours.
Hell yeah,
it's
Titanic.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I want 2 hours and 40 minutes.
I want a 7-hour cut.
Oh god, oh god.
I want a 7-hour cut.
It'll be longer than an episode of Mancave.
So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna sort of like bring people up to speed and sort of like give you an idea of the current state of the MCU, what's going on with the Infinity Stones, where we know almost all of them are, and
where our characters are at right now.
Where the characters are at right now.
What the most recent movies kind of ended at. Because, look, it's a mess. All right?
Yeah.
If you aren't on top of it, it's a bit of a mess. And I know a lot of people who really just like watching the Avengers movies, and they kind of skip a lot of the in-betweens.
Right.
They see here and there, they'll see the big ones, but they don't see all of them. Maybe they didn't see Doctor Strange.
Right.
Maybe they didn't see
Ant-Man
or Black Panther.
Yeah.
So, we're going to kind of just cover all the bases, catch you guys up so that you can enjoy this Infinity War movie as much as we are.
This is the kind of homework that's super up our speed.
Yeah, but
So you're sitting next to that bully in class, and they're like, "Hey, can you do my homework for me, so I don't beat you up later?" And you're like, "Sure, this one's fun for me."
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Okay, all right. So let's get right into it. Hold on, let's do our boop.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Which one are we gonna do?
This one.
All right.
The other one says Black Panther. That's the wrong one. This is the juice.
Okay.
We are here at our desk, like we always are when we have important things to discuss, important juice to squeeze.
Yep.
And we are going to catch you guys up to speed on the Infinity Stones and what's going on.
And whoa. Just hold on a second, because these hands don't scan, but guess what?
What?
We're going to be talking some spoilers here, but guess what?
No, that's
true. If you haven't seen these movies, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you haven't seen them by now, then you're probably not going to see them.
It's a spoiler alert for all the Phase 3 movies for MCU. Namely Thor Ragnarok, which that's a more recent one that's going to be kind of important here.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, not too much spoil from that, but still important.
Anything that involves the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, so...
So you don't have to see Thor: The Dark World. Don't worry about it.
We got you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They're not even showing it at the marathon.
At the marathon? Yeah, the marathon, that's a weak marathon. But, I guess I kind of...
Some of the movies that I would have really enjoyed so much, like the movies that are like the best ones to break up the monotony
Winter
of
Soldier,
like, sitting through
Thor
a bunch
Ragnarok,
of other movies.
They are in my top 5.
Guardians.
Yeah, Guardians,
too. Yeah, so...
But
yes, this is a spoiler alert. Boop, boop. This is a big spoiler alert.
Don't know what to tell you. We'll have it in the description, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to talk about the characters first, or do you want to talk about the Infinity Stones? I know you're looking for your prop.
I know exactly where my prop is. So let's talk about the characters first.
Okay.
I think that's important. So let's talk first and foremost about who we know won't be showing up. Who we don't have to worry about.
Do we know for sure?
We don't know for sure, but we're pretty sure Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is conspicuously... Am I saying that right?
Yeah, conspicuously
absent. He is conspicuously absent. And it's almost like peculiar. And it got to the point where Stephen Amell from Arrow, he picked up on it. And he posted on Twitter like an entire poster of everybody from the Avengers, but with Jeremy Renner's face.
They all have Jeremy Renner's face? And you know what? It almost... Age of Ultron felt like they were trying to do more with the character. And now it's tough for Hawkeye because he's in the same boat as as Black Widow,
Yeah.
where like they're not getting a movie.
They're not, no, Black Widow.
Is she now?
Widow is going to get a movie.
Well, where they weren't getting movies, they were these side characters.
They're not powered.
Right.
They don't have suits. They don't have armor. They are just assassins.
But the Black Widow stuff happens a lot in the Captain America movies, and Hawkeye doesn't. He kind of isn't in there at all.
Hawkeye
For like half a sec.
You know, Hawkeye's in a little bit of a weird boat because there were set pictures that show Hawkeye in the comics. At some point, he drops the mantle of Hawkeye and he becomes sort of like a ninja assassin character named Ronin, and he has a mask and everything, and his whole getup is completely different.
Okay, yeah.
And this happens after the superhuman Civil War, and he basically has to go underground, so he adopts a new superhero identity, Ronin.
Mm-hmm.
And there are set pictures that show that. However, this is the caveat that people are forgetting. Avengers 3 and 4 were shot back to back.
Really?
Yes. To save money and to work with the schedules of all the different crazy level of star power, they had to shoot it back to back. So like Brie Larson, she has filmed stuff for Avengers 4 before she even started filming for her own movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So we're saying he's definitely around.
So he filmed scenes for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if those scenes are in Avengers 3, in Avengers 4, or both.
Mm-hmm.
As it stands right now, and we'll talk a little bit more about this in our Infinity War trailer and poster breakdown, his name is not... Jeremy Renner is not in the list of credits.
Right.
Not at the top and not at the bottom.
Right. Including, like, there's other names that are spoilery.
Right.
Like, we didn't know this person was in the movie names,
Right.
or we haven't seen anything from them.
Right.
So it's especially weird that his name isn't listed.
Now, if... Where we left Hawkeye, we last saw him in Civil War, and he was... at the end of Civil War, Cap broke Hawkeye, Wanda, Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, Scott Lang, and Falcon out of jail.
Out of jail, yeah.
Sam Wilson.
Right.
And he broke them out of jail. And where Hawkeye went, we don't know.
Right.
Where Ant-Man went, he's on his own adventure, which is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Mm-hmm.
Where...
Falcon is... We know he went back to the Avengers base.
No. Everyone that was broken out is a fugitive.
Oh, I'm thinking of... Yeah, never mind, because that was Ant-Man where he was back to the Avengers
That's right,
base.
yeah.
He wasn't... No, they don't see him... You don't see anybody in Spider-Man.
I will... No, you don't.
Okay.
And I will get into where Falcon and Scarlet Witch are in our next video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got...
in the trailer breakdown.
Yeah, I've got a lot of
no
a lot of things. But as for Hawkeye, we know that he has a family.
Mm-hmm.
There was an Avengers an Infinity War prelude tie-in comic. Do you remember when we saw the original Avengers and there was a comic...
original Offenders.
There was a comic called Fury's Big Week.
Yeah.
There was something like this that was just released over these past few weeks. It was 2 issues. And it's called the Infinity War Prelude, and I'll have you read it at some point. And it picks up at the end of Civil War, and sort of explains what happened with each character. And we see that Hawkeye, very obviously, went back with his family. But the problem is that immediately after that, he has to live on the run.
Yeah.
And that's where he probably picks up the mantle of
Ronin.
Whether or not we see that in Infinity War, I don't know. I personally...
Yeah, because he pretty strongly makes the choice to not sign the Accords.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, F this.
But I think that his omission from the poster is particularly telling that he will not be in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Except maybe post-credit scene. When the shit hits the fan and he's one of the only heroes left. That's what I'm thinking. That's my speculation.
Yeah.
So that's where Hawkeye is. I think it's confirmed that his wife, Hawkeye's wife, Laura Barton, is in Avengers 4.
Okay.
So take that as you will. But yeah, Hawkeye is MIA currently.
MIA.
Yeah.
And then we just talked about the other guys. Cap broke out of prison. So Cap himself is also on the run.
Well, you wanted to talk about the other characters that
that aren't appearing. Sorry,
that likely aren't appearing. We're gonna say likely aren't appearing.
Ant-Man's doing his own thing.
It certainly looks like it. People are saying that Ant-Man and the Wasp are in Infinity War, but again, these films were filmed back to back. Number one. Number two, Ant-Man and the Wasp was also filmed at the same time. Atlanta was chaotic.
Yeah.
Like Pinewood Studios, everything was a mess.
I believe it.
And characters were going back and forth to each other's sets. That's why we have all those Wakanda set pieces at Infinity War, because they were filming those Black Panther scenes for Black Panther, and they were like, hey, we're going to have you guys come over to our set so we can film that for Infinity War.
Yeah.
I know that Evangeline Lilly, who plays the Wasp, she has already confirmed that she is not in Avengers 3 at all, Infinity War at all. She is in Avengers 4 for a little bit. I don't know if that's a play on words because she's Wasp.
A little bit?
Yeah.
A little bit. That's exactly where I went.
Yeah. For Ant-Man, I wouldn't be surprised if he was also not in the film because he's not on the poster.
Yeah, and honestly...
and I don't mean just his picture. His name is not on the poster at all.
Yeah, no Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Civil War, him being with everybody was big enough. Like, he showed up, he's teamed up.
Certainly was big enough.
Yeah. He's there, they teamed up. And now, Ant-Man... when shit is serious, when shit's real serious, it's hard to throw him in the mix.
Right.
And, we kind of have that, the other characters are taking that comedic relief, role. Especially the Guardians of the Galaxy. Right, and Spider-Man has a bigger role. Yeah, Spider-Man was in Civil War. Right. In a smaller role, but, now he's clearly, in a lot of these scenes we see, he's being comic relief. The Guardians are 100% of the time comic relief.
Also, I've noticed that for Infinity War, we're going to be focusing a lot on secondary characters that I don't think that we would have seen otherwise, like Shuri, like Okoye from Black Panther. These are not characters that I immediately would have thought
would be in this
movie. I'm 100% very happy that they're in this movie because Okoye and Shuri were two of my favorite characters.
Yeah, they were
coming
great.
Out of Black Panther.
Yeah, I love the little Shuri scene that we got in the new trailer.
It was fantastic. Yeah. But going forward, I think that it would be a big misstep to have Ant-Man and the Wasp in this quote-unquote world-ending consequence movie right before their
own little happy buddy
movie.
What did you call it? A
heist film.
A heist film. Yeah. Exactly. And I think that it's important that stays fun and and there's room for that fun to come back in.
Yeah.
But right now other people are bringing the fun and they're more relevant to what's happening.
Right.
Ant-Man has absolutely nothing to do with the Infinity Stones or anything like that. So it's okay.
For now.
Right.
For now.
But there's so much going on.
There's so much going on.
There's so much to process.
Yeah.
It's okay if some of the stuff, I get why they made these cuts where they made them. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
What I want to see in Infinity War, I want to see cool things spoilers for the Infinity War trailer, whatever. This was a really cool shot. Doctor Strange forming those runes that Star-Lord
was jumping on, but we've seen that since the very first spoiled trailer.
The spoiled trailer.
Oh, that was only in the spoiled one?
That was only in the spoiled trailer.
We watched that here.
Yeah, but that sort of stuff I want to see more so. I want to see more of those crazy things than Giant Man again
think
right now.
Think about the coolest thing about the first Avengers movie was the team-up moves.
Yeah.
Because all the team-up moves were so cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there weren't really as many in Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Right, yeah.
Age of Ultron was a lot more about creating these new Avengers.
Yeah.
Adding people to the team.
Yeah.
And now we're in a spot where it seems like you can just plug and play. Anybody can be in the team.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Avengers 1 was a very, set group. It's these prestigious, 6 or 7 heroes. Age of Ultron was hey, we're opening up a little bit. The world needs more of us. The threats are bigger than us.
Right.
And now it's the threat is galactic level. everybody get in here.
We need,
you know,
we need Wong
everyone.
from Doctor Strange.
We need Wong.
Yeah.
We need Wong.
We need Wong.
He laughed at one of those jokes, so I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see his stoic face, his
frozen
fortitude.
face.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and again, those characters. It's awesome that Wong has a minute or two. You know, it's really cool. Who else do we think is not appearing?
Nick Fury. Nick Fury
Nick Fury
is
Samuel L. Jackson is calling it in.
He is actually very salty that he's not in it.
Really?
Yeah. He was pretty salty that he's not in Avengers 3 and 4. He said, "I helped start this whole thing. Why am I not in this thing?" Mm-hmm. They're like, "Relax. You are in Captain Marvel." And in Captain Marvel, we're going to see how you lost your eye. Mm-hmm. We're going to see, and it's because it's a 90s period piece, so it's before almost all these movies took place and everything. So Nick Fury is not in this movie. Maria Hill, played by Colby Smulders, she's not in this movie.
Whatever.
Which is like, yeah, whatever. And I think
we traded in Agent Coulson for Maria Hill. Like, no
I think that's about it in terms of the people that we won't see. Yeah,
because we're seeing pretty much everyone else.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in, and we're gonna start with the first Avenger with Cap.
Sure.
So Cap is still playing fugitive, running.
He's running from the law.
He's got a big old beard.
According to the Avengers Infinity War prelude, he is doing sort of like Black Ops missions, like very deep underground missions.
For who?
Just like for himself.
Oh, okay.
And he's working with Black Widow, who also went on the run after getting into a dispute with Tony Stark, and betraying Team Iron Man, and letting Cap go. But
Tony now, Tony at the end of that, he went back and he helped.
But remember...
Right, and they kind of fought a little bit.
Oh, they fought a lot.
No, they fought a lot of
They fought a lot of it because it was revealed that Bucky killed
yeah,
his mom and his father.
Yeah.
And that's what sent Tony over the edge. Mm-hmm. Now, yes, at the end of Civil War, Cap did send that letter via FedEx with Stan Lee and did include that flip phone. Mm-hmm. But... I wanted to also just very quickly add that Cap is basically with Black Widow and Falcon.
Oh,
Falcon,
yeah.
And they're all like doing Black Ops missions together. But with Tony is in a place where he doesn't know if he wants to pick up that flip phone and give Cap a call. He doesn't know if he can sort of like admit and sort of he doesn't feel comfortable that he's in the position to ask for help and sort of like admit
it's pride.
That,
it's pride. It's Tony Stark. It's pride.
It's
absolutely.
It's Tony Stark syndrome. And TSS. And that's toxic shock syndrome.
It's just
this is stuff that I've read from actual interviews today. I think it was an interview that he had with Empire magazine. But he's in a position where he doesn't know if he wants to do that. But at the same time, who are the Avengers? Who are the Avengers in the public eye right now?
Yeah, exactly.
It's Iron Man. It's not Spider-Man because he turned it down.
Yeah, it's Iron Man. It's Hulk.
No.
In the public eye?
He's in space.
Right, in the public... You just said who are the Avengers in the public eye?
To the public eye, yeah, to the public eye.
You mean to us, or to the public in their universe?
The public in the universe.
They don't know Hulk's in space.
They know that he's not around. They know that he didn't participate in the superhuman civil war in Leipzig, Germany at the airport.
That's true.
The government has put out a statement saying the whereabouts of Banner and Thor are unknown.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, because he even yells that. Do you know where Banner is? Do you know where Thor is?
Right. If
I misplaced two nukes.
Yeah.
And that's like, they're mad. They want to know where they are.
Right, exactly. So nobody knows where the Hulk is. Nobody knows where Thor is. The Avengers, in terms of like...
Who the government sanctioned Avengers
are. Who are the Sokovia signed Avengers
are
Iron Man, a partially benched War Machine, and Vision.
Vision, yeah.
That's it. Like, full stop. That's it. And that is crushingly tiny. But those are the three that are at the Avengers compound in upstate New York.
And yeah, like you said, Iron Man or Spider-Man turned it down at the end of his
Spider-Man
movie.
turned it down.
Now, obviously,
he
accepts, but you know,
I will get into why he very much will likely begrudgingly accept,
Right.
not begrudgingly, probably enthusiastically, but
I think he has that moment.
Yes.
Where he's on the bus.
yeah,
Puts on his old suit.
Right.
And is like, holy effing S,
Yeah.
I can't do this
yes,
alone.
right,
Time to call some help.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, so that's, like you said, it's a very small team. You know, it's this thing where Tony thought like it was the play, and he lost everyone.
right.
But obviously, like, and that's something too where we want them to all come back together, but we don't want Civil War to not have meant anything.
We want them to come back together and for it to mean something.
Exactly.
Like we want it to be earned. And it looks like
there has to be a fallout from Civil War.
Everybody that's on the chessboard, they have all been strategically placed in a certain place to make it so it will be earned. And so it's not just, it doesn't cheapen their return to working together. But as we said, we have Cap, Falcon, and Black Widow. They're on the run. They are fugitives. They are saving the world their own way. Cap, I forgot to mention, he has torn off the Star and Stripes.
Yeah.
And he is basically his own man. I actually really like where Cap's arc has gone, because he's basically been somebody who really looked up to the government.
Yeah.
And then his whole world got shattered, and now he's like living like a Neanderthal.
And now he's also like, I think he looked up to the government because he thought, you know, he's old school World War II American values
exactly. Back then it was way different.
And he has those values.
Right.
And he looked up to the government because he thought they stood for and protected those values. He finds out that they betray all that stuff, and he's like, somebody has to fucking stick up for what's right.
That's why Winter Soldier should be at the marathon.
And Cap is like, if no one else is gonna stick to those guns, I'm going to.
Right.
And then makes it his own mission.
Right.
But that's like one of the best things. You know, Captain America is a hero who I couldn't care less about outside of picking him in Marvel vs. Capcom before the first Captain America movie. I hadn't even seen the Captain America movie prior to the Avengers marathon.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was like, wow, I didn't expect to like this. And now he's one of the best. He's so well done.
He is
in all these Avengers movies.
He is probably the most he is probably the most fully developed MCU character.
Him and Tony Stark. Yeah. And that dichotomy, the fact that they did Civil War was great.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, we're not here to talk about that, but like, I really love where Cap is. Like you said, I'm excited to see how like he still sticks to those guns, but comes back into the fold.
Right. Now, I mentioned that on Team Iron Man, or rather the current set of Avengers with Iron Man, Vision, Broken War Machine. Broken War Machine's got, like, we've seen in the trailers, he's, like, doing the whole walkie thingy.
Therapy, yeah.
Yeah, therapy. I should know that word. And
rehab, yeah.
Vision is in a very interesting position.
Vision looks like he's shitting himself, realizing Thanos is coming for the Infinity Stones.
So, well, yeah.
Vision literally looks like, in every scene, he looks like he's just like, like, guys, hide me.
Vision is in an interesting position in terms of where he is, because, yes, he is a Sokovia Accords signed Avengers member. However, we also know that he's canoodling on the side with Scarlet Witch, who's on the run. And the comic also, not graphically, but expands upon this.
He's a canoodler.
Yeah.
With her specifically.
Right, yeah.
They canoodle.
Yeah. Word of the day. So...
I liked it enough to make it the word of the
day. So that's where Vision is. That's kind of where Scarlet Witch is. She's off canoodling with Vision.
And we're War Machine and Falcon. That's like the Captain America team.
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark is a...
probably hanging out in New York City.
He
doing the Stark thing.
Yeah.
At the compound, back and forth,
right.
running his business.
Right.
I think he's the one where the least has changed.
He is...
He's coming to terms with himself.
He sees the world is completely vulnerable right now. And he needs to do something because he knows something is coming. He had a vision in Ultron.
That's right, yeah.
And where everybody was dead.
Yeah.
And Cap said, in that vision, you could have saved us. And he doesn't want that vision to come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's scared shitless.
Yeah.
So he is working on suits. He is doing his Iron Man thing. Maybe married to Pepper Potts, as we saw at the end of Spider-Man: Homecoming. Maybe.
Okay, you got that ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So that's the whole thing with Iron Man's orbit. I'm trying to think who else we have. We have Doctor Strange, who is the Sorcerer Supreme, and he works with Wong.
Yes, and we actually, his most recent appearance was Ragnarok, where we saw a very big evolution from where we ended Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It seems like in between the end of Doctor Strange and then that he's pretty much
He is the Sorcerer Supreme.
He's the Sorcerer Supreme. He knows what's up. He's got it backwards and forwards figured out.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a watch list of beings from other worlds he's managing. He knew Loki showed up and in seconds traps him in the thing.
For 30 minutes.
You know, he knows where Odin is.
Yep.
He has got a lot of information that he's keeping to himself.
Yeah.
And it's almost funny because he's almost doing like the Captain America thing where, like, he has a set of values and he feels like he's the only one protecting them and he's sticking to those guns.
Right.
Now, what's interesting to me is he keeps this watch list of dangerous individuals. He knows where Odin is. He knows the second Loki shows up.
Yeah.
Like, this guy probably knows where all the Avengers are.
He probably does.
You know, he's probably also got a watch list of heroes and people who need to come help him if the world gets in crisis.
Right.
I imagine he has a pretty big hand in helping get some of them together.
I don't know if he knows where certain characters are if they're off-world, though.
Right. But I'm saying, like, you know, like, you know, Cap's running Black Ops. Like, I'm sure he could just be like,
possibly,
Whoop! And like there,
possibly,
you know, he seems to have some kind of, you know, a sight that's a little bit beyond.
Yeah.
Right. Of course.
Right.
But I'm interested, like, because he helped Thor in like a 2-second thing.
Yeah.
You know, where he's like, and he was incredibly helpful with tons of useful information instantly.
Yeah.
So I love seeing, like, I want him as part of a team. I want him like analyzing like the battle and like how we take this guy down, and like he took out Dormammu by himself.
Yep.
Like, you know, I can't wait to see how he is as part of the team because he's so strong alone.
Yeah. So Doctor Strange is currently in the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York City.
In New York,
with Wong, and they are guarding over the Time Stone, the Eye of Agamotto.
Yeah, which he's wearing, literally wearing. We'll talk a little bit more.
Sometimes, like in the trailer, it's currently placed, I believe, in the Sanctum of Camartage.
Okay.
Which is
the one where he was for most of the movie.
In Kathmandu, yeah.
He's wearing it in Ragnarok.
Well, yeah, was he?
I'm pretty sure. Is he not? I feel like he's always wearing it, and only in trailers he might not be wearing it because they realize we might not want to bring this thing so close to the boy.
I saw him wear it in the trailers.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he was wearing it in Ragnarok.
I thought he was.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't. And I could be wrong.
I'm about to pull up Ragnarok and just start watching it.
No, don't.
No, I know. But I mean, either way, I thought that he's like always wearing it.
At the end of Doctor Strange, Wong, I almost said his real name, which is Benedict Wong. It's very confusing. Wong placed it back on the pedestal in Camartage, and Doctor Strange said, why are we putting it there? And he said it's dangerous to walk around on the streets with an Infinity Stone. And Doctor Strange says,
he does say that.
Doctor Strange says, what's an Infinity Stone? And Wong says, you have a lot to learn about what the rest of the universe is all about.
Yeah, so you're right. Maybe he does leave it for a while and then takes it to do stuff. But that's right. He does tell him. He knows. Wong knows it's an Infinity Stone and knows about them.
Right.
Which is interesting. And also, I wonder if Doctor Strange helps.
In the Avengers, in issue 2 of the Prelude comic, Wong teaches Stephen Strange all about the Infinity Stones and what each of them are. And we'll get a little bit into it when we talk about the Infinity Stones, because it's mostly just like where are they now, etc.
It's weird that like they just have one.
It's weird. It's a little weird.
It's weird. They just have the time one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, hey, okay.
Yeah. Trying to think who else.
I think that was just a way to fast forward, like, to Doctor Strange being super relevant and super cool immediately with the eye.
Yeah.
Because the eye is such a big part of his character.
Right.
As far as, like, the 3 relics that are, like, his.
Right.
It's the cape, the eye, and then, like, the boots, right? He always is wearing, or no?
No. I think it's just the cape and the eye.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought the boots were a pretty big deal.
It was the other guy.
Outside. I know that in the movie he didn't have them, but I thought maybe not. I just thought that was something that he used a lot.
Yeah, the sling ring.
Yeah, that's true. He does. I mean, they all do.
They all do.
And I don't think he needs it anymore.
He might not. He probably
Yeah,
doesn't. Yeah.
he probably doesn't need
He's
it
able
anymore.
to like form a portal with Thor's hair.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he had it on or used it in Ragnarok. I think he was just, But yeah, so Doctor Strange, he's pretty much primed. He's sitting at the Sanctum, ready for this shit to go down.
Right.
Spider-Man is back at school doing his own thing.
Yep.
Pretty much exactly how he ended Homecoming, and it seems like he starts Infinity War at school doing his own thing. Ragnarok shows us where Banner and Thor are.
Right. So let's go. Other. Well, first of all, let's finish up with Earth.
I think who else is left?
Okay, we've got Black Panther. We've got everybody in his orbit.
Black Panther and all them are in Wakanda.
And then Bucky.
Ooh.
He appears. Whatever.
I know.
Movie's been out for 5 weeks.
Bucky is in the second secret scene.
So we see that at the end of Civil War, Bucky is frozen in Wakanda to try to get the words out of his head so he doesn't become triggered to cause a catastrophe.
Hashtag triggered.
Yeah. And we see that Shuri has worked on him because he was a broken white boy, and that she was able to remove the words from his head, and he is clear now. And they actually, this is interesting, they called him White Wolf. In the comic books, Black Panther has an adopted, Black Panther and Shuri, they adopt, I was reading this, and I didn't fully understand it, so if I'm wrong on any of this, please comment below. But
whoops.
From what I've been reading, Black Panther and Shuri sort of adopt a brother, and they name him White Wolf. And calling Bucky this is sort of like an homage to that.
She calls him that in the post scene?
Yeah.
I mean, I only saw it once. I didn't see it 4 times like some people.
So it's actually the kids that are standing over his body. They're like, the White Wolf woke up. The White Wolf woke up.
Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it seems like, he's living out peacefully there right now.
Well, he's woken up.
Right.
And now he's clear, he's better, and Shuri says there's a lot to catch you up on.
Yeah, we've got a lot to do.
Yeah.
So right, Bucky is there in Wakanda, where Black Panther is ruling, and they're, probably recovering from, losing all their ships and shit.
Yeah, everything from
at the end of Black Panther. Yeah.
The Michigas with Killmonger.
Yes. And who else is on Earth?
I think that's it. That should be it.
We're probably missing some.
I know you're very excited about space, so let's just jump right into the cosmos. Okay, we've got Thor, we've got Banner, we've got
the Guardians,
and the Asgardians. Like what I did there? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we've got Thor. Let's actually start with the Guardians because their last movie was sort of like where we left off.
They basically ended the movie fleeing Ego, destroying the planet, floating through space. Mantis is now along for the ride.
Now, I don't know if you knew this, but Guardians 2 actually takes place 2 months after Guardians 1.
Yeah.
So it actually takes place in 2014.
Yeah, way before,
Infinity War.
So Groot is
now a teenager.
Right, yeah.
Right, which we sort of started to see in the after credit scene.
Right.
So
Mantis is now a full-blown member.
Mantis is a full-blown member.
Yeah.
And Nebula left in Guardians 2. She left to go find Thanos. And Nebula will be in Infinity War.
Dead.
Well,
as a body.
Maybe.
Or brainwashed. Or replaced with more parts.
Or all the above. So that's sort of where all the Guardians are. There's really not... It's hard to...
They're kicking around in the galaxy, and they're gonna run into some of our friends.
It's hard because they're going through a time skip. So...
Yeah.
But, yeah.
They're probably just doing their thing. They're in space.
Yeah.
They are getting only more confident in themselves and their heroics. And then, of course, Ragnarok is the most... I know that Black Panther is the most recent movie, but I think Ragnarok is one that sets up the Thanos side of it the most.
Yeah.
Wakanda and everything is very important for the on-Earth side of Infinity War, but Ragnarok is really the, hey, knock knock.
This is the
Thanos.
movie. Yeah, this is the movie that you want to watch before.
Yeah. At the end, of course, the giant ship, Thanos' ship, whatever, you know the name of it.
Sanctuary 2.
Sanctuary 2 arrives behind the escaped ship that
houses the rest of the Asgardians. Thor, Valkyrie, Loki, and Heimdall.
Valkyrie! I forgot Valkyrie should be in.
Yeah. And
Heimdall,
Hulk.
yeah. And Hulk. and whatever. What's his name? Krang, Krog?
Korg.
Korg.
Korg and
Korg.
Meek. That he thought that was dead.
Oh, he's not dead.
Yeah.
False alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Taika.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, Thanos kind of shows up at the end of that. And so what we can piece together... we'll talk more about this in the trailer review, obviously, but we have reviewed the other trailers on this, and we've already talked about how, obviously, Thor bumps into the Guardians, clearly being, like, sent adrift.
Also, Loki stole the Tesseract.
Loki definitely stole the Tesseract. We were watching Ragnarok, and he's going down there to put the helm into the living flame.
I picked up on this because this was one of the very few times that you've touched me.
Right, he's walking by and he like kind of does like a double take for a second, and I just go like, "There's no way he doesn't take that." I'm like, "He's taking that."
Yeah.
And then of course we get the leak trailer very soon thereafter, where we see him handing it to somebody.
And we'll get into the nitty gritty of that with our other video, but yeah, I'm guessing that Thanos probably found them through the Tesseract.
Yeah.
Now, how he was able to track the Tesseract, we'll get into more detail later. I have some theories about that. But yeah, the last that we see of Thor, Hulk, and Valkyrie,
we know that they're the first to encounter Thanos.
They are the first to encounter. Yes, that they are the first to encounter Thanos, and it's in space.
And they're on their way to Earth.
They are on their way to Earth.
Yeah, because
they'll float around and try to find a new Asgard, which Odin alludes could be Norway.
I believe he says set a course. He's like, "Where do you guys want to go?" And they're
Well,
like, "Oh, where's your home
Earth.
planet?"
That's right,
and,
Earth.
And he's like, "Oh, he's dead," or "Oh, just kidding, he's not dead." He's like, "All right, cool, then we're going to Earth."
Yeah,
yeah
right.
100%. They set the course for Earth. Yeah, which is scary.
Yeah.
don't bring the big boy there. Oops. Woo!
Bob's big boy.
But that's where everyone's at right now, of course. And then we have to talk about the other main character of Infinity War, the Infinity Gems.
Okay, yeah. So the Infinity Stones, there's 6. We've got get out the prop that we were supposed to destroy from Loot Crate.
This is we gave Thanos a call.
Yeah.
Asked if we could borrow the Infinity Gauntlet.
Sure.
They finished filming, so he's already probably assembled the complete gauntlet.
It really
here,
saves me from buying the $930 one from Hot Toys. What's up, son?
So fun story. Loot Crate, like when we were still subscribed a while ago, when they used to send fun things, not crap.
Yeah.
They sent this oven mitt. Speaking of them sending crap, they sent this oven mitt, which looks like the Infinity Gauntlet. Right? Clearly an oven mitt, you can see by the stain / the pattern here. Except not clearly an oven mitt if you actually wanted to use it as an oven mitt.
It's great for display.
It's not at all safe. It'll burn straight through this thing.
So what
it's not ready.
So what they wanted us to do was they wanted us to destroy it and take pictures of it so they can send us in exchange a Simpsons toy. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
We just decided we're not going to use it.
I've got all the Infinity Stones right here. I'm bringing this to the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the hell would I destroy this?
Right.
I'm going to walk in there and people are going to not have ever seen this and they're going to be like, what is that? And I'm going to say, the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
You dummy.
So we've got...
We could take our hot popcorn with it.
Yeah. So we've got, let's see here. We've got the Time Stone.
Green in the Eye of Agamotto.
Right, that's with Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the Power Stone.
Red.
Which is also known as the
Reality?
No, I'm sorry, not Power Stone.
This is the Reality
Stone, which is also known as the Aether.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that one is currently... Well, let's go through all of them.
Okay, yeah, we'll go through all of them, and then we'll talk about where they are. So we've got Time, Green. Red is Reality.
Yellow is Mind.
Mind.
What color is that?
Blue.
Blue? Okay. That one is the Power Stone.
Yes. Purple's next.
And that one is the Space Stone.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the last guy in a second.
Soul Stone.
The Soul Stone.
Yeah.
We're talking about that one last. So we'll start with Red.
Okay. The red one is the Aether, the Reality Stone that was in Thor: The Dark World. In the mid-credit scene, Volstagg and Sif, two of Thor's friends, RIP one of them, brought the reality stone to the collector.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly enough, I don't think that this was the same collector vault that we saw in Guardians 1. I think the collector has multiple. Look, if you've got a lot of shit, you've got to have multiple safe houses.
You don't think it's in nowhere?
I don't think
it's somewhere else.
I think it might be somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's somewhere else.
And I would agree, he definitely has more than one. Like, he's also immortal.
He absolutely
he's got more
has,
than one
he
home.
he's
more than
got
one place he hangs his hat.
Right. So
also, these things seem like a bad idea to keep together.
Yeah. As for so that's where that one is. That one is somewhere else. Take it as you will.
But it's in the Aether.
Right. The Mind Stone turned out to be in Loki's staff, and that was
Now, I read an interesting bit about that being in Loki's staff. So apparently the Mind Stone was inside of like a blue computer. It was supposed to be like a very tech heavy like a computer casing, right? And so when Jarvis first looks at it, he doesn't realize it's an Infinity Gem. He just is like, this seems way more like a computer program than anything. It's like a living, smart computer program.
Right.
Of course, it's like Ultron comes from this, or at least the sentientness.
Well,
so,
Ultron...
I know Tony made him, but
the sentience came from Hydra's experiments that they did on the staff, combined with Tony's algorithm.
Right.
That's what made Ultron.
Right.
But continue.
Right. So when Jarvis breaks the computer program around the gem, that's when the gem kind of
unmasks itself.
Yeah, activates, for lack of a better term, and Vision is literally manifested.
There were some Mind Stone antics in the first Avengers movie. Remember that Loki used
because Loki would tap it and change people. Yeah,
right. And there was that scene where all the Avengers were in that room in the helicarrier in Bruce's lab.
Right.
And they were fighting.
Yeah.
And they were like, Banner,
and
put the staff down.
Yeah, it kind of like all of a sudden he's holding the staff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that is right now the Mind Stone is currently in the forehead of
Vision.
Marked man, everybody.
He's terrified.
Yeah.
He literally, I think every time I see Vision in the trailer, he just looks like he's shitting himself.
I mean,
every single time he's like
the most powerful Avenger.
Yeah. Not big on doors.
Reduced to brown pants.
Not big on doors.
All right. So we've got
Blue. Inside the Tesseract.
No, false.
Wait, which one's in the Tesseract?
The one that's in the Tesseract is
purple? No, purple. No, blue. Sorry, you're colorblind. Blue is inside the Tesseract, and the purple is the one that's in the orb in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
So blue, yes, is inside the Tesseract.
Blue
it's
is
okay,
inside...
we forgive him.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I'm here. That's the only reason I'm here, is to distinguish between the blue and the purple gem. He knows
I know
everything
my
else.
shit.
He knows everything else. The blue one is inside the Tesseract, 100% for sure.
Just one of them.
The power gem. That's why the Tesseract was like an infinite power source.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, and we've seen how the stones sort of interact with each other because of Loki's staff interacting with the Tesseract in Avengers 1. How they were able to open up that portal and everything like that. Yeah. So we can sort of... That was sort of like our first taste of seeing how the stones interact with each other.
Right.
So... We know that the...
and also, Loki says that Thanos gave him the staff. So Thanos had the Mind Gem.
That's right.
And gave it to Loki and sent him to Earth and, definitely knew that those stones were interacting. Let's not forget, he sent that there. He knows where that is.
Yes.
So that's why, we're saying marked man. He knows the Mind Stone's on Earth. He's the reason it's there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Big deal.
Yeah. So the Tesseract houses the Space Stone, which opens up portals to space. And then we've got the Power Stone, which I believe is the name of a game from Sega.
Yes.
And
it's a fighting game.
There
it's
we
pretty
go.
good. That's the one from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. That's inside the orb, where Ronan... not Ronan, is that his name?
Ronan, yes. Yeah. Ronan the Accuser.
You know why I was about to say Ronan the Accuser? I'm like, no, that's not his name. It's the name of the guy that you were just telling me about.
Ronan.
Yes. Ronan, the Accuser, the bad guy from the first Guardians has it in his hammer.
He encased it into his hammer.
Yeah.
when the Guardians were going to trade it in for units to the Collector, one of the Collector's attendants grabbed it as sort of like a sign of revolt.
Yeah.
And it ended up just disintegrated her and blew up his entire collection.
Yeah.
Because it blew up his entire collection, I think that's a hint that the Aether, that the red
place.
one, is not there.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, and then that's when we see what happens when somebody touches one of these stones.
Right.
Like, you die. You die.
Unless you have the power and the ability of a Celestial.
Right, which is why Peter Quill
was able to hold it for a long time, I should say.
And it's not even, like, he can hold it with the help of his friends.
Right.
And it's still not indefinitely. Like, you see it, it's like, working
it's ripping
him apart. So, it's like, he can barely hold on to it, and he's half immortal god.
Right.
So I think it's important there. And, like, you see, like, the Collector is not even in any rush to touch it. Like, he's, like, keeping it in the thing. He, like, opens up. He's like, ooh, wants to put it back. Like, yeah, so she grabs it, immediately dies. That's why in every single movie where there's an Infinity Stone, it's in some kind of container or casing or something, like, that allows people to use its power safely, but it's not even close to the full extent of the power. It's not the proper way to use them. There's only one proper way to use them.
Right, that's the only real way to wield them correctly.
Yeah, is the gauntlet.
So we've talked about the Time Stone that warps time.
That's Eye of Agamotto. Right. Very straightforward, pretty much the centerpiece of Doctor Strange, and it's how Doctor Strange is able to beat Dormammu.
Right, and
using the power of the
able to create
Stone
sort of like parallel timelines and time loops and all that sort of stuff. The Mind Stone lets you control other people's minds. The Reality Stone warps reality. I don't know how to explain it better than that. I guess it sort of creates pocket dimensions, kind of. But I don't want it to be redundant from what the Space Stone does, which lets you transport from one point to another.
Right. It's literally just
it opens a portal in space.
Teleportation, instant transmission.
That's the Space Stone. The Space Stone's interaction with the Mind Stone was what was able to open up that portal in the sky in Avengers 1.
Yeah.
And that Tony was able to, like, all those Chitauri were flying down, and then Tony was able to, like, fly up there and send that nuke.
And let's not forget, like, the Chitauri invading Earth was also, like, a Thanos move.
Right.
That was, like, a Thanos, like, preliminary, hey, I'll just take it this way, it'll be easy.
Yeah.
I'll just send my guys. No big deal. I'll send Loki with one gem. What could possibly stop
an
Infinity Stone on Earth? Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want something done right.
Yeah.
And then the big boy.
Which
one?
The
orange one.
Oh, yes, the orange one.
Man, we don't seem to know what movie was that one in?
None. Maybe.
You could read entire Wikipedia articles on where all of these other stones are and what movies and where they've been.
Is that what you did?
Who was the last person who has
Is that
them.
what you did?
I did. I did read that.
Oh,
yeah.
what? Really?
Yeah.
This weekend?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Recently,
That's funny.
I wanted to, be ready for today. I mean, I had an idea of what they were for the most part, but I really wanted, like, the comprehensive, like, because I don't read, like, you're reading the primers, you read all these other things. I wanted to know, as far as the MCU is concerned, what even the history of them was, where they were before we saw them.
So where were they before?
A lot of them, certain ones were being like, Hydra was in possession of, I think, at least one of them for a period of time. The Tesseract, where they were trying to
in World War II.
Right.
They were harvesting it for technology.
Right, and like the Mind Gem, that's where I read the thing about it being inside of a casing that was supposed to like you weren't supposed to know it was the Mind Gem. That's why he had it in that, to kind of hide it. And I was just like reading, where these different things were at what point, and then it's like it's so weird because they're paragraphs and paragraphs, and you get to the Orange Stone, it's just unknown, and
nothing is
they haven't mentioned a damn thing.
Nothing is scarier than a true enigma.
They have carefully tiptoed.
Ask the Riddler.
They have carefully tiptoed around this stone. They have very purposefully never hinted at
the Russo
stone.
brothers have, this past weekend after the trailer dropped, now they're just playing with us because they just, after the trailer dropped, they posted a hashtag, "Where is the Soul Stone?" Like, they're just straight up trolling.
Because they're probably like, where is it? Oh, it's in there somewhere. Do you see it? Oh, you think you know?
Well, do you think that you know?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I heard a single theory, and it wasn't even fleshed out.
What do you know about what it can do?
I don't.
Well, in your reading, you didn't.
I only read I wasn't like, I want to know in the comics what these stones do.
Okay.
I literally was like, as far as the MCU is concerned, regardless of comics, what is confirmed and what is not confirmed in the MCU.
You can control the dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that the one where, like, literally they have to fight, like, all the undead heroes in, like, the comics? Isn't
I think
that a thing
so.
that happens?
I think that's something that happens.
It's,
yeah.
What is the Soul Gem? Yeah, you can control the dead.
And the Infinity War prelude that I read.
All the Avengers die.
Yeah. No. In the prelude that I read. And look,
Tony, you could have saved us. Why did you destroy the Soul Stone?
the comics, the Marvel Cinematic Universe tie-in comics should not be taken as gospel. Whatever happens in the movie, first and foremost, that's what dictates the universe. Mm-hmm. But they can kind of give us a little bit of a hint.
They can give us a taste.
The only hint that the comic gave us was from Wong telling Doctor Strange, when Doctor Strange was like, what does the Soul Stone do? He's like, that's the most dangerous one of them all. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah, and that's like, they know that's the only thing they've said about it.
What is your theory that you have heard or read or whatever of the whereabouts or what the Soul Stone?
So the thing that I heard was literally like, somebody just said X has the Soul Stone, and it's like, they literally were like, Tony Stark has the Soul Stone, and it's like,
I read about this too.
Maybe Tony Stark gets the Soul Stone.
I read about this too.
I'm sure that whoever said that read whatever the thing was you read. I didn't look any further into it or ask a question.
It's an internet joke.
Okay,
it's not a real thing.
All right. I just heard that sentence and I was like,
here's my theory. My theory, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong on all my theories. I really do.
Yeah, you got a little something. I'm just gonna.
Thank you. Something's cooking.
We're cooking up some Infinity War stuff.
I think it might be.
You should just have this on like a pedestal. Just
put it in the microphone and then just put holes in the microphone.
No, it doesn't.
No. Or holes in the glove. Yeah. Great. Perfect.
Just want it on display.
Excellent. So it's very distracting. I think.
It wasn't distracting on my hand.
No, we were using it correctly.
It was distracting me. I got a sweaty hand.
So.
All right, I'll put it back on. Oh,
we're done.
Okay.
So I think, and a lot of other people think, that this is probably the case. We don't really know what created the heart-shaped herb in Wakanda.
Oh yes, you were telling me
they've made it very clear that wasn't vibranium.
Mm-hmm.
I think possibly, maybe the Soul Stone is in Wakanda, and
unbeknownst to them,
right? And maybe it might be inside the vibranium comet, deep within, and that's what sprouts the heart-shaped herb. And maybe when Killmonger burned it all, it unmasked the location. I could be wrong, though. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's something completely different.
Outside of them burying the guys in the sand and them having that spiritual walk, is there anything else that would make you think? There's nothing else that
there
really
was no
ties
other
the
explanation
to the comet. Just that soul walk.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm just curious. I'm not challenging you.
No. That's it. And you know, there's a theory going around that each of the Infinity Stones stands for one letter, spelling out Thanos. So Tesseract would be T. H would be the heart-shaped herb.
Okay. A is the Aether.
A is the Aether. N is the necklace.
Oh,
Doctor Strange's neck.
Yep. O is the orb.
Right.
And S is the staff, the scepter. Oh.
But that is a fan theory. However, if that does turn out to be true, weird coincidence, interesting coincidence.
Coincidence, I think not.
Other than that, Soulstone, you got me.
That one we don't know. That's the one where we don't know. And we're excited. Tell us what you think. Where's the Soulstone?
Yeah.
Hashtag where's the Soulstone?
Hashtag where's the Soulstone? And
they know. Fucking Russo
and
brothers.
hey, if we missed anything in our primer to help bring you up to speed, jump down in the comments. Let us know what you thought. Give us a like and subscribe. You know, we do these videos. We talk about all this sort of crap.
All this crap. We cover a lot of the MCU, try and catch you guys up. We're excited about it. It's something that we love. We understand that, like, for a lot of people like us and you guys, 10 years ago, we never thought we'd get here. We
didn't think that this was going to be.
We were like, Iron Man, I'll go see that, I guess.
Yeah.
And wow, I mean, what a ride. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
Like, the only other movies I ever have gotten this invested in are, like, Star Wars.
Right.
Which are, like, a 30-year, like, saga.
40-year, yeah.
40-year saga. Yeah, oh God. It's almost 50-year saga.
Defining cinema.
But it's, like, it's insane what they've been able to create.
Right.
And how cool it is.
Yeah.
And that they get to do these big budget superhero movies that really just nail these feels that the comics have been creating for so long.
And each one is great.
They're each great individually, just so cool.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. Infinity War, it's going to be so busy.
Yeah.
Almost 3 hours, and I still am wondering how they're going to fit it all. Like, and like you start to imagine, like, oh, well, they'll only pair off certain
It makes
people.
sense.
And then every time we get a new trailer or something, there's new pairs off, and you're like...
But it makes sense, I'm sure that, like, a lot of people are like, where's Hawkeye? The entire internet's freaking out. Like, where the hell is Hawkeye? And...
Taking a nap.
And, give the guy a break.
He's got a dentist appointment.
There's some weird stuff going on outside. Do you want to work on your teeth later? He's like, no, I got to get this
done. I got to get the insurance through before the end of the year.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that there are some characters that are sidelined because
like I said, there's no time.
There's no time. We want to see all these different important pairings that we never really expected, and we never really like
one person in the movie is like, "Where's Hawkeye?" That's good. I'm good.
In my mind, I never thought Star-Lord and Doctor Strange working together. But now that I saw it, I'm like, yes, absolutely.
Or even like Star-Lord and Tony Stark banter.
Right.
Like, sign me up.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even just these actors like Robert Downey Jr. and friggin' I just was about to say Peter Quill. And oh my God, Chris Pratt. How many things have I watched with you in it, Chris? I'm so sorry. Chris Pratt and Robert Downey Jr. even on screen, and fucking name any movie that would be great. Like, I think it's so exciting.
And going back to what we originally said, there's the side characters that are now being featured prominently, and I'm like, yes, more Shuri,
please,
more Shuri working with them, more
she's
Okoye.
Great. She's great.
Yeah. So let us know what you thought.
Please
watch our companion video that we will also be throwing up like a big old bag of barf with all of our discussion of the Infinity War trailer.
Yes, we're about to break that down.
We're going to go into a very, very, very deep dive.
Yes, a deep dive.
Yeah.
So check that out. We will be taking a little break. We'll be back in 5. Don't go anywhere. Or, go somewhere for 5 minutes.
And if you're watching us on YouTube and not on Twitch, what the hell are you doing? Tune in, because we're going to be on Monday nights.
Monday nights at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah, check us out.
8 p.m.
Absolutely.
EST.
On Mancave the Show.
Yes.
That's our thing.
So
check us out. We're taking a 5-minute break. We'll be back. Whap!